Binance Alpha just listed ARX yesterday, and today is officially listed on Upbit exchange in Korea. Now, if you're in crypto, you know that listing on Upbit usually means a pump is coming, and Arcium has a massive potential that can justify what's about to come next. Daniel Roeder, the vice president of product security at Nvidia, says that if enterprises want to use generative AI securely in their business, they need confidential computing, and Arcium recently acquired the entire core team and technology of Infer. Now, Infer is working directly with NVIDIA on confidential computing, holds over 30 patents in the field, and previously raised $25 million from JP Morgan. That means Arcium is now working directly with NVIDIA on one of the most important technology in computing. This is massive. So in this video, I'll break down what Arcium actually is, who's backing it, the notable success, how its token ARX works, and my personal ARX price prediction. A quick disclaimer before we get into the video, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research and be responsible with your own investment decisions. Thank you very much. Alright, let's get into it. First, what is Arcium? Now, on their website, Arcium describes themselves as the confidential computing layer for Solana. You probably know Solana as a very fast and cheap layer 1 blockchain. Transaction settles in seconds and fees are almost nothing. That is why so many projects are building on it right now. With that said, Solana is still a public blockchain, which means everything is completely open for access. Every transaction, every wallet balance, every single move that you make on chain, anyone in the world can see it all in real time. But it's not a problem because it's what public blockchains are supposed to be. I don't care if people see me spending like $10 buying Tum 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 Sahara on chain. No, but think about what's happening right now. Banks are settling payments on chain, hedge funds running trades, hospitals managing records, companies running AI on private business data. None of those can work in a fully public environment. A bank is not going to put client data on a blockchain where the whole world can see it. Obviously, that's just not going to happen. So, what is the bridge between Solana, a public blockchain, and a private blockchain needs from banks? Well, that is the gap that Arcium is filling. They built a privacy layer on top of Solana using something called a multi-party computation, or MPC. Now, here's the simplest way I can explain what it is. Instead of one computer handling your data and seeing everything, Arcium spreads the computation across many independent nodes. Each node only sees a small scrambled piece of the data. No single node ever sees the full picture. But when they combine their results, the final answer comes out perfectly correct and it is all verified on chain, as you can see on the image right here. Think of it like splitting a secret password into 10 pieces and giving one piece to each of 10 people. No single person knows the complete password, but together they can confirm that it is indeed correct. Now, that is MPC in a nutshell. Now, let me show you their actual products. Arcium have two core products live right now. The first is confidential compute. As you can see right here, it comprises of confidential applications, confidential DeFi, and confidential transfers. Any app or developer can run encrypted tasks on the Arcium network. Private DeFi calculations, encrypted payments, AI running on sensitive data, everything stays private, but the results are still fully verifiable on chain. Their second product is CSPL, their private token standard for Solana. It hides wallet balances and transfer amounts. So instead of everyone being able to see that wallet X, for example, sent 500,000 USDC to wallet Y, that information stays hidden while still being completely legitimate and verifiable. And now with the Infer acquisition, they are pushing into confidential AI. That means AI models can process sensitive business data without the model operator ever being able to see or steal that data. That is a major concern with companies training data on public blockchains. So the big picture is that Solana has the speed, the liquidity, the ecosystem, the users, but what it has been missing is privacy. Arcium is building exactly that. Now, let's talk more about something that actually surprised me, the numbers. All right, let me pull up their live stats page. Now, they have already processed over 5.9 million confidential transactions. Not projected, not planned, it's already done. All right, and right now, they're running about 10,000 confidential transactions per day. On the computing side, over 1.6 million confidential computations already completed in total, and currently between 200,000 and 260,000 computations every single day. That puts Arcium among the most actively used encrypted computing network on any blockchain in the world right now, not just Solana, in the world. And again, you can actually verify this number on their Arcium Explorer right here. And here is a specific example that really stood out to me. The one app that is built on Arcium, which is Zinc, hit the top 3 protocols on all of Solana by 24-hour fee revenue. That is an insanely big deal. Now, there are already more than 12 live applications building on top of Arcium. CSPL is being integrated by privacy-focused op-ramps. Mainnet Alpha has been live since early 2026. Arcium is moving with speed. And then we have the Infer acquisition. Again, when Arcium acquired that whole team and all that technology, they got a patent mode, deep technical credibility, and relationships with some of the biggest names in enterprise AI, working directly with NVIDIA, one of the hottest AI companies in the world right now. That is a genuine competitive advantage that almost no crypto privacy project has ever had. Okay, so the product is real, the usage is real, but who is actually putting money into this? Who are their backers? Well, on the institutional side, you have Coinbase Ventures, Jump Crypto, and Greenfield Capital. Those are some of the most respected investors in the entire crypto space. Very big deal. And on the individual side, the founder of Solana himself, Anatoly, is investing in the project personally. Now, when the founder of the chain that you are building on bets on your project with his own money, that says something. And Mert, one of the most well-known builders in the Solana ecosystem, is also a backer. The total funding raise is around $14 million, around that. And now here is one number worth keeping in mind for the context. The enterprise confidential computing market is expected to be worth over $50 billion, and Arcium is starting at around like $400 million FTV as of right now. If they can capture even a small slice of that enterprise demand, the current valuation is very low compared to that. Okay, let's talk about the ARX tokenomics and its utility. First is the total supply. It's fixed at 1 billion tokens. No more inflations and no new tokens can be created out of just nowhere. Right now, only 21% of the total supply is in circulation. And here's the interesting part. Only 2% of that was sold through the public sale. That means there are not a lot of selling pressure on the TGE date, as you can clearly see. So the number of tokens actually available to trade is still very limited. It's kind of low float, but not really. It's 1/5 of the entire supply is out there. Now, why does that matter? Because the price is driven by supply and demand. We've seen this playbook more and more from Binance Alpha and Binance listed tokens. Now, when supply is low, aka low float, and more people want to buy, the price can move up very quickly. Another positive here is that there are no major token unlocks over the next 12 months, so they have rooms to basically quote unquote perform this token to the upside. Now, team and early investors tokens vest slowly over years. Community rewards are built for long-term participation, not day one airdrops that get immediately dumped. As you can see, there are more seasonal airdrops coming, but for now, no more tokens. As for the token itself, ARX has 3 main use cases. First, you can pay compute fees on the network with ARX. Second, you can stake it to help secure the network and earn rewards. And finally, the token holders can vote on governance decisions. So 3 major utilities as of right now. But I would love to see the team Arcium to basically use their revenue to buy back and burn the ARX token. All great projects have that, and once they announce that, I think this is going to be huge, okay? And now here's the risk, okay? Obviously, the current low circulating supply is one reason the price could move quickly. It's good and it's bad at the same time. It won't stay up forever, okay? It can move downwards as quickly as it's moving upwards. Over the next few years, more tokens will gradually unlock, and these unlock events could create selling pressure, especially if early investors decide to take profits. And why wouldn't they? And so if you're investing in ARX, well, the vesting schedule is definitely something worth watching, but obviously no more unlocks will happen in the next year or so, so you'll be fine with that if you were to invest right now. However, if I were to invest in Arcium in the next like few years or so, I'd be watching it. Overall, I think the tokenomics are fairly well designed. It's basic, it's nothing crazy. The low float gives project rooms to gain momentum first, so the market makers, they can do whatever it is they want to do. So I'm looking forward to that. Moving on to the final part of this video, my ARX price prediction. What do you think about ARX at the end of 2026? Now, I think ARX is doing a relatively good job at their privacy technology within the Solana ecosystem, one of the more prominent one. The team is very public, they're very professionals, right? They appear on even Tuck Carlson podcast as well, so that's very bullish. And in terms of the fundraising round, they raised about $14 million. Now, this amount is not a lot when you compare that to some of the other privacy layer, like for example, Zama, they raised like $200 million, right? But yeah, they raised through several rounds since 2022, so it's been a while. Obviously, these investors, they will be looking to make profits from the sale, so they're looking to sell. But we're seeing Arcium is holding very steadily at around $300 million in FTV as of right now. When you look at the latest round of the ICO on CoinList back in 2025, then their valuation then was $0.2, which means around $200 million in FTV. So that's going to be my target. I think that Arcium in the next couple of weeks, it might dump down to about $200 million in FTV. Because the entire market right now is not looking good. Bitcoin is bleeding, everything is bleeding, stocks are bleeding as well. And so I think Arcium will follow that because they did an amazing job at launch already. They pumped about $500 million, right? And they got listed on major exchanges. So I think that they have done their job at pumping the token up so that the investors would be in a profit. So now I think they sort of let their tokens sort of, just trade like that and moving down to about $200 million. I'm going to be waiting for a sign of sideways actions around $200 million or even below that. And then I'm going to get it and buy. All right. I think that's a good range for me to accumulate Arcium. And then I'm going to wait at the end of 2026. I think that's when the market will recover and Arcium will follow suit and moving up to about the all-time high of about $500 million in FTV, or even breaking through that range to about $600 to $700 million in FTV. That's going to be my take profit target. In conclusion, I think in the next couple of weeks or even 2 or 3 months, Arcium will move sideways, go down to about $200 million in FTV. And then at the end of 2026, when the whole market recovers, Bitcoin going back up, then it's going to go back up to $500 million in FTV or even $700 million in FTV, especially if the privacy trend is back again. All right, and that's it for my video about Arcium. I hope that you like it. Drop a comment down below what you think about Arcium and what's your bullish price prediction for ARX token in 2026. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to CryptoNinjas for more contents like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Daily out.